Hello everyone. Mm, I hope my audio is good. Just check it once. So today I wanted to go over India's series victory, the previous two series victories in Australia, and we have some stats for them. Just a second. Okay, needed to organize these better. So these are all of India in Australia Test series. We started playing. India played its first series in 1947-48, where the result was 0-4. We lost by 0-4. And then subsequent series we've lost. We registered our first victory in 1977. Then another victory in Jan 81. The series was drawn. Then another drawn series in 85. Then it's either drawn or Australia wins. 2003 is the first one that I remember, watching. I was somewhere around 12, I think, at that time. But I still distinctly recall some of those moments and some of those series, and it was a great series. And India did register a great win that tour. So we might go over some of these, especially some of the the latest ones, because I'm more aware and I know the players and I know more about these. mm, so just a second. Let me just check the okay, I'm just checking if I'm live or not. Latest ones, because I'm more aware and great in life. Yeah, so I was just going through some of the matches, some of the first win, and this is the scorecard of one of those matches, and it's okay. This is one from the 1968, and this one India came really close to winning, because India scored 600. Great scores by Gavaskar, Mohinder Amarnath, and then Australia replied with 396, and following on, India did take around 6 wickets. So it's just by 4 wickets India couldn't win. So I think if India would have won this, it could have been a potential series win. India have a three. Just a second. Yeah, so the 86, yeah, 85, 86. This is the series where India has drawn 3 matches. If one draw where we just have to take 4 more wickets, if that we would have won that, India would have registered their first win in 1985. But then India had to wait till 2018 for the first win. And let's see how that went. I think 2018 is still fresh in all of our memory. Like win loss ratio 2, India won 2 and lost 1. Uh, yeah. So the first test. Mm, I've seen most of these tests. I just have to go over scorecards to remember some of these details. I don't, anyways, recall a lot. But this was a great series. This was, I think, a great series for Cheteshwar Pujara as well, because Pujara had done really well. Uh, Again, this match, I think everyone faced difficulty batting, but Pujara did exceptionally well. 123 first innings, similar to what KL Rahul did in our previous match in South Africa. 123 in first inning, and then uh, Australia replied with 235, and then again Pujara had a score of 71. KL did do some good batting opening first, and Rahane played a crucial innings. And Rahane, you would see across matches that in some crucial games he does have some good innings. So it's a different topic altogether. We would probably need a different stream for that. Uh, but yeah, then uh, India set a target for 323 runs, and then here we see again Bumrah doing well. Bumrah 3 for 68. Ashwin 3. Ashwin did bowl really well, taking the first and the third wicket. So first and three. Fench Khwaja. So this was a great match, and I think an addition of Bumrah to an Indian Test team has improved this team by a lot. Uh, like again, if you see this match, Bumrah has taken some crucial wickets. Uh, Marsh was a bunny. of Bumrah's. He took I think he got him out a couple of times, and then we have some good wickets by Shami and then Bumrah. The later part, like 150 was 156 for six, but then as always with the Indian team, that used to happen that the tail would get stuck and we would have an unfavorable result. But that did happen. The tail, we did see some resistance, but then eventually they got out. And it's a great innings. Like if you see almost 119 overs they played, so it was a tough fought victory. I think the batting was indeed difficult, uh, but Pujara played a great innings. mm, yeah, so this one India won, then the second one India lost, and the third one again another victory. Mm. So this series, I recall, another major reason I recall the series is because this was the time when Indian team was doing really well. India had done really well in England before the series, I think, and then uh, Warner and Smith were going through a suspension. So that everybody had this. India was really high on confidence this time. We had a great bowling attack. Ishant was bowling really well. Addition of Bumrah made a lot of impact. Shami was bowling really well. We had Ashwin as well, and like the one of India's biggest problem had been Smith, and Smith not being here was sort of a great reason for us to celebrate. Mm, yeah, but still, a lot of people even after India's victory were telling that this victory is there because of lack of Warner and Smith, but we proved the next year that even with them we can win. So the next match again, Australia started. I think just a second. Yeah, Australia elected to bat first. They won the toss and then started really well with uh, like an opening stand of around 112. Uh, yeah, but then India still got some wickets. Ishant Sharma took 4 wickets. Yeah, 112 for 1, but then we reduced them to 251 for 6, and then eventually got them all out for 326. So, still, it was a great feat getting them all out even after they got a great start. It had been a terrible series for Peter Hanscom. They were expecting a lot, I think, but he didn't play that well. Even Sean Marsh faced difficulties. Yeah, so it was a pretty brittle middle order, but India did well eventually. I think the problems this series was majorly with Lyon. Like the first inning, he took 5 for 67, getting some big scalps. Like somewhere towards the you know uh, end of the innings, middle of the innings. So even though we were at a good stage, somewhere around 173 for 3, we got all out on 283, and I think the credit goes to Lyon. I think that this again Lyon does well. Yeah, third innings India did well. Shami took a 5 for, actually a 6 for. Uh, we reduced him to 243, but then target was 287, and that proved too much because Lyon did bowl really well here. Uh, we lost the first wicket, point 0.4, and then Pujara 13 for 2. It was always going to be difficult going from there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Lyon bowled really well. Again, my player of the match. So the series is level now. The next match again, Melbourne. Melbourne has been, I think, good for India. India have registered a couple of victories there. I think 2003 was also in Melbourne, if I recall. I'll have to check probably. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of selection discussions around here, but I think uh, Rohit was dropped or probably not taken. Let me just check this commentary. Where would I find this? Uh, I think this was a period in time when toss started to decide a lot of matches, and here again India winning the toss was a major factor where we won the toss and we got used, like good use. Okay, this is 164. This is gonna be a lot to scroll through. But anyways, I think Rohit Sharma missed the previous match, but he did eventually played here after sort of not playing uh, after not playing in the previous match, and I think they dropped KL Rahul and got Hanuma Vihari to open. And then Mayank, I think debuted this series. Mayank, I think debuted this match. It's just a second. Uh, yeah, Murli Vijay was having a really hard time, so I think Mayank debuted this match, and yeah, I think it was a great match for him. Test debut Mayank Agrawal, yeah, and it was straight up a great innings from him. Like he started the match with around 40 for one, but then Mayank and Pujara got together to put up around, like, yeah, like Mayank played 76. It was a really nice, well laid out innings, and he played some really good aggressive shots against Lyon as well. It was great to see him in touch, and also he had a great Ranji season around in I think 2016 or 15, and it was like around discussion that Mayank should join the team, and it did eventually get to debut here. So I think it was a great debut. And then as Pujara had a great uh, great tour, so he had another century, but again a lot of great 319 deliveries, 481 almost, like uh, yeah, almost like six, close to 6 to 7 hours at the crease. Kohli scored 82, Rahane scored 34, Rohit not out 63. Again, Pant did well, 39. Pant had, I think, a lot of series, consecutive 930 plus score. I think around this series and the next series. This series was also great for Pant. Like if you see here, again in the second inning, he had a 33. So Pant had a lot of continuous 30 plus scores, and I think that's great for like your first series in Australia as a wicket keeper. That's always great because you've seen a lot of batsmen struggle in Australia. So I think this was great. India had like a three main bowlers and Ravindra Jadeja. So Jadeja also playing as a bowler, and then Vihari I think was also bowling at the time. He was also picked as like a bowling for as a bowling option. So yeah, we have a similar history of around 3 wickets to Pat Cummins, but India did really well, scoring 443. And then second innings, Bumrah like destroyed the Australian batting lineup, like especially this LBW. Uh, yeah, unbelievable control on the slower ball. They won't bother doing like let's just a second if we can see. Yeah, I was just watching this, uh, and it's just a great delivery.
Well, I
Yeah, the ball just dipping on Marsh, like really unexpected and really dangerous delivery. Wait a second. Yeah, it's here. Fantastic. This was literally almost like an unplayable delivery. And yeah, Bumrah got Marsh, and then again, poor Travis had 9 2 for 5. Uh, yeah, the 6. I think Shami got the 7, then Bumrah again got the 8, and last two in just a space of like, I think probably, yeah, in the same over. 5 wicket haul, then another one. So this was great. That's single handedly destroyed Australian lineup. And then again, India played their second innings, and Cummins bowled exceptionally well, taking like around 6 wickets, but India eventually declared. And then again, second innings starting really well. Bumrah got Finch first up. Then I think Jadeja picked. Yeah, again a similar fashion. So really great. Indian bowling lineup was bowling really as a group there. Uh, yeah, this was a great victory. They win their 150th Test match, and they go to one up in the series, short of Ishant. Player of the match, Bumrah, but again, like great first inning batting from India, but then Bumrah completely destroyed Australia. So this was like this was I think great year for Bumrah as well. He did exceptionally well across, and really utilizing his short format uh, short format skills in Test cricket, and so it was really great to see Bumrah this tour. And then I think the last one we had, India just had to draw the match in Sydney to win, and I think we did that exceptionally well. Yeah. So scoring, Pujara again scoring another brilliant century, 193, Pant scoring a 159 out of 189 balls, so 15 sixes, 1 4. Jadeja scoring 81, like I think complete one-way traffic. And this is like the one of the best bowling lineup that Australia can have. This has Stark, Hazlewood, Cummins, Lyon. So this is a great bowling lineup, and doing so well against these, just amazing. And then India got them out for around 300, following on. I think this match was cut short. Yeah, game may be called off in another 8 minutes. We should have the presentation soon. Yeah, I think last day India had the chance, last day of the Test series, but okay, even the third day. So from third day onwards, this got cut off. Started getting cut off. They're going off bad light. It's an early tea, and then yeah, again rest of the test got cut off. So this was great. Mm, yeah, have to tip our hat to India on how tough it is to win in India. So congrats to Virat Kohli because it's a huge achievement. Disappointed definitely over the last two tests. We had our chances in Adelaide and in Perth. I thought we played some good cricket. But in Melbourne and Sydney, we've been outplayed. There's some positives, some talent in this team. It was good for our top six to play against potentially the world's best bowling lineup. I think there's like a complete Amazon Prime series explaining this series really well, and showing the back like uh, the details of everything, and how it went, how Justin Langer took it. So I think that's a great series. I've seen it. I've seen glimpses of it on YouTube, but I don't think that's available in India. Yeah, honestly, I've never been more proud of being part of a team. This one right there, the culture we've built, and I think this was a great transition. This is just the average is quite what we've had. Believe you've had that in South Africa and England, and you're working in the right direction. God knows, honestly, you want to do the best for Indian cricket, and this is outstanding. So this was a great series. This sort of laid the foundation for this showed the world that what this Indian team can do, and how we are. And I think then going forward we had this one probably I would want to include in a separate video, but I'd really love to go through the 2003 one again. I think 2011 was completely like recovering from 2011 was a big deal, and I think it did show in, for example, how it went down in 2014. Like Dhoni resigned in between the series, and Kohli took over the captaincy. So the first two we lost really badly, and then the next two we got to draw, and I think those two draws were great. I think Kohli played brilliantly in those two matches. Uh, but this was like a punch in the gut. Like this, I remember this series, and I remember losing these series and how badly and how poorly it had gone. Yeah, this is really difficult to just go over as well. Yeah, what can you expect? Like just look at, if you just look at this batting lineup, this is just amazing. This is like David Warner, Marsh, Ricky Ponting, Clark, Hussey. This is just a different team. And then Indian bowling lineup at the time is just to struggle a lot. Ishan Sharma wasn't the Ishan Sharma that we know today. So it was a difficult game. So triple three in India, 282. But then second innings, just India just crumpled. I think 13-7, 10-32, 1. This was again a good, really good batting lineup, and we have known Gambhir, Sehwag, Dravid, Tendulkar, VVS Lakshman, all of them to be really great players. But then India did really struggle. Virat Kohli was, I think, new at the time. So I think Kohli didn't have a great series. I'd have to go through all the matches. But yeah, this. I just went, it just like went poorly from test to test. Like the first test, like okay, at least it's close. The second one again, India just like I think Australia would have won this toss. Okay, India elected and won the toss and elected to bat. But then again, Sehwag had a really poor series. Gambhir had a really bad series. Dravid like off chance. But then yeah, this was really painful to watch. India 191, Australia batting, Ponting 134, Michael Clark 329. This was like a crazy inning. Really difficult to even watch, even like 39 fours 1-6. So Hasi 150. So they made runs at will. Umesh Yadav 0 for 123, Ashwin 0 for 157. And it was, I think, a really difficult series for Ashwin as well because he was a different player back then. He was just starting his career, and I think he has just sort of shifting from a T20 player to a Test player. He had a really good start in India, but I think these were completely different conditions. So yeah, second innings India did score 400, but this is just too much. 659, just amazing. Mm, yeah, India won by Australia won by an innings and 68 runs. So Clark's innings was just too much. I think these two series just prove that how badly India have had down under. So 2003 was one of the series that I remember going well, but then from there onwards, if you go till 2011, even 2014, that we've we've known that it how difficult it is, and I think we've had our expectations lowered. But the last two series have been something else. Uh, Again, Australia won by. Okay, this is the same match. Yeah, Melbourne, Sydney, then Perth. Perth, Australia won by 9 innings and 37 runs. So Australia elected to field first, putting India in. Sehwag gone in 4 balls, 3.2. Yeah, and then it's difficult. Like if I go to just a second, series starts. Okay, these are match, but not series. Dravid, Kohli, Dhoni, Kohli. Okay, Kohli, I think. Did Kohli remain unbeaten? There's nothing in the chat, so that's great. I don't know how. I'm streaming for the first time, so I don't know how do I go and check the chats. Wait, I think I'm here. This is 2014, right? 2014, yeah, Melbourne. Okay, I just wanted to have a look at series stats. I don't know. I'll have to probably go through some. Let's go through. Okay, I'm going to Wikipedia. Clark 626 runs, 125 average, pointing 544. Kohli 300 at an average of 37. So the next, like the most runs India got was from Kohli. That's at an average of 37. So that like says a lot of how bad of a series it was for other guys. Sehwag again 190, 198, average of 24, 250s, one duck. Gambhir, I think yeah again 150. That's it. Ashwin, Ashwin is above Lakshman, Dhoni. Yeah, so it's one inning 38. Okay, so I also play the match. Mm-hmm. Best bowling. This should also have averages, bowling averages. So Hilfenau 17.2, Settle 18.65. Like just see the difference. India completely outplayed, like average of 31, Umesh Yadav 39, Ashwin 62, 168 overs, 9 wickets, 62 bowling average. Striker 12, Land 41, Harris 29, Ishan Sharma 90. It's just amazing. 125 overs, 5 wickets. So, like a completely different Ishan Sharma that you see on the previous tours. Mitchell Stark again 17.5, just one match, 4 wickets. That's amazing. Vinay Kumar 1 match, 13. Like so, it didn't look like any kind of change or any kind of anything would bring change India's fortune. So it was that bad of a series. But I think, but definitely now both Ishan Sharma and Umesh Yadav are different kinds of bowlers, but it wasn't the case at that time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, third test. Rogers, I think. Yeah, Stevens. Okay, wait, where am I? 2014. This is 2014. Oh. Yeah, I was going through this. 2011, 12. Yeah, this again completely outplayed. Response David Warner 180 in 159 balls, 24s, 5 sixes, completely outplayed. This nothing anyone can do about it. 55 overs, 290. Just look at the strike rates, man. It's just crazy. And then yeah, even after that, like this opening partnership of 214 from 38 overs, it's just crazy. Yeah, whatever happens afterwards, like I don't think it eventually did matter. India lost by a series. Sachin 8, Lakshman 0, Dhoni 2, Kumar 6, 0, Duck 1, 3, 1, 3. I think also another thing that has changed is India's tail. Yeah, not a lot has changed. Ashwin does bat a little bit better, but I think the other bowlers don't, so that hasn't changed. But yeah, I think Jadeja, addition of Jadeja did help in some of the later tours, so that as well. Ashwin also has played a little bit better. I think he didn't play this match. He played Vinay Kumar played this match. Okay. Yeah, this is the only this thing. That's okay. Last wicket completed demolition. Virat makes it through the keeper. Innings at 37 runs, a little more than 7 sessions to complete the route. 3-0 and the series in the pocket. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I think. Wait a second. I was at the start page as well, right? A while ago. Bowling stat. Yeah. Here Harris was also on a. Okay, Harris not so much. Helfenau took 27 wickets at 17.55. 2 fifers is just crazy form. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Control 67%, but just when you have an innings like that, there's nothing can be done with that. Mm-hmm. It'll be great to see the coverage of this one. Yeah, another complete route. 604. Ponting scoring 221. There's just no response to that. This Clark another 200. Like if when you have an innings like that, there's nothing that can be done. Like that's a partnership of like what, almost 31 for 2, 84 for 3, and then 470 for 4. So bowling session after session without a wicket, it's just gonna be crazy. I think who broke that partnership? Yeah, the bowled him. India have a wicket at last. Clark on right after lunch. It moves after pitching on a length pass. Clark's push pushes the pad, disturbs the pace. Clark walks off to a standing ovation. His president came out to bat. Seems a millennium ago, and yeah, this is almost an end. So Harris good. Yeah. And then our response, Kohli has a century. So I think this was great. This was probably his first century in Australia. Looks swinging full toss. Adelaide Oval gives him standing ovation. Come good on this tour. It's time to give the other youngsters their chance. Shouldn't have been. Should have been not out. I think India didn't have DRS back then. 272. Australia second inning. This is just I think for shits and giggles. 167. What is the lead here? Wait. India first inning attendance 19,000. Innings break, India 272. Lead. Okay, lead is in there. Ponting another not out. Yeah, 167 for 5. India did well, but I think they just wanted to score some quick runs. Ashwin 2 good wickets though. 40 for 3. Sean Marsh too. Yeah, Marsh I think had a terrible series the time. There's the batting one. Yeah, there was Marsh. Yeah, Marsh 4 matches, 6 innings, average of 2.8, 17. Yeah, I think like Zaire Khan kept getting him out 53 runs in 6 matches. This was terrible. This was even worse than like some of the Indian batters. So I think that was the last series of Marsh played. Oh, but he didn't play it in 2018, so he got a recall, but again didn't work. He just got a recall because Smith wasn't there. But anyways. India second innings again. This is just like match over. So 362, 53 balls, 62, 12 overs. This is natural game. 19 overs, 80 runs. Druid was there on the other end though. 100 for 3. Tendulkar gone 110 for 4. Lakshman 162 for 5. Kohli run out. Finally, trying to put it night watchman. Unbelievable. Shouts in frustration. He walks back. Yeah, was not out in first inning. Was given out, run out in second inning. Must be frustrating. And yeah, that's it. So the series comes to a close. Like there was a huge uproar. Like I don't think it must have been difficult to sort of recover from this. Time for India to shed denial. We need to make a decision now. If you're real into India cricket's greatest era, shed 8 maidens to victory. Show the world we're on the way up. Clark. Marsh could be sent back to Shield. Can't bat, can't bowl. Fuck. He also won 2-0 in India. No need for anyone to retire. Sehwag. Oh man, shit. A lot of people I think retired afterwards. The pain, then the happiness. Australian wrap up 4-0 whitewash. This must be great. Fuck, I haven't read this. This was India's 5th worst series as a bowling unit and the 9th poorest with a bat. More stat highlight from the match in the series. 298 run defeat. This is the 8th in a row overseas test. Oh, this is just from this match. The margin of victory is 8 large in terms of run 5. Those have come since October 2014. Series of 4, 6th clean sweep. Australia's batting average of 49 in this series is their 8th best in a series of 4 or more. The last time they did better was in 2007 Ashes at home. India's bowling average series 51.1, which is the 5th worst in a series of more than 5. Second on that list of all in England last year, and they averaged 58.54. England 2011, this series was crazy. We've got to review this as well. But again, I don't think today. Yeah, 2011 was a crazy time. Shit. England won by an innings and 8 runs. England won by an inning and 242 runs. England won by 196 runs. Oh, I have to see this. Not report. Alistair Cook 294. There's nothing that can be done about that, I think. First thing. Yeah, crazy stuff. I love reading Shardagra's article. Said Monga Shardagra, two of the greatest minds, two of the greatest authors that I love reading about. 4 years ago. Okay, so to know this, I think probably we'll need to see the previous series as well. Oh man, this is a crazy article. I don't think I can read it out loud. It's just take a lot of time. Hopefully at the next year's award function, BCCI acknowledges that apart from hosting IPL and Champions League and putting together a side that one home test, the last one is no guarantee. India also lost badly in Australia, accepting flaws the first steps for correcting them. I think Ravi Shastri did a great job here. Superstars are fading, the youngsters are a raggedy bunch. India selectors need to take tough calls on team's future. Shit man, it took some time. It took, I think, India like 16, 17 the team started getting better. 2018 we saw the results. I think India's tour of England 2018, that was the time when we saw the transformation, that like the century that Rahane hit at Lords. I think that's when I saw that there is a transformation going on in this team, and this team can do better. Even like the series before that England series, even though England lost both of those series, India did exceptionally well in both of them. Like South Africa was great. India lost. India won one test at that time, and then again England, India, Kohli kept losing tosses, but India still did really well. Sam Curran hurt India a lot, but still India did very well. Adelaide 22 marking his career out bottom because of a decade of progress, signed off with a staggering positive performance. In an age of abundance of experience, talent, and resources, Indian cricket ended up rattling empty. Whether 0-8 was because of injury and scrambled batting orders in England or the meticulous evisceration of Australia, India's constant over the previous 6 months have been a heavy margin of every defeat. Like uncertain election forecasters, even the most astute analysts believed Australia against India was too close to call. Too close to call has ended with one team in a rubble. Shit. Oh, they filtered it really well. Shit. Lost 196 runs. Oh my god. Lords, Nottingham, Birmingham, Oval. Okay, wait. Why? Oh, at that time it filtered only these two series, but then I think then it started filtering. So we see lose, lost, 8 consecutive losses here, then a draw in South Africa, lost, draw. India won its first in Lords 2014. Oh, I think this is the one. Is this? I think this is the one where Rahane scored a century, right? This is the one where match scorecard. Okay, I just need to click on. What do I need to click on for this match? 24. Oh my god, I don't know what this is showing. I think this is this match. I will be doing India versus India tours of like India tours of England as well. Yeah, Ajinkya Rahane 275 for 9, and I think this was a great match. Anderson was on his peak, Broad was on his peak, like Stokes was in good form. Everything was going right for them, but then India did eventually win a match. So Bhuvneshwar Kumar, just amazing man. Gary Balance scored a century, 319, and then in reply again, Murli Vijay scored a 95, good 95, great. Jadeja 68 and 57, really great stands towards the end, and then we bowled them off around 223. Okay, Ishant Sharma took a 7 for, that's crazy. Ishant has 7 short ball on the leg side. Oh, fucking hell, this is a great series. And then last run out to end it all, finishing comedy from and what's more, okay, 29.2, 75.6. Okay, from here the downfall started. 173 for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stokes recent scores for England 0-5-5-4-0-4-0-0-0-0. Oh shit, this is great. I hadn't seen that. When did that happen? Amazing. I was going through this, right? Yeah, lost, draw, lost, then one win, and then again lost. Fuck. Draw. This is Melbourne, Sydney. Okay, this is then Bangladesh. Yeah, this doesn't count. Then came the 2018 series. This one first, where India lost, then won, and then lost. I think this was a tough one. The lost one. Yeah, the second one. India lost by not the first one. I think didn't lose by a lot. Yeah, this we all know. India won again in Nottingham. This was a comedy. One in Nottingham, one, and then again Adelaide. India won first in 31 runs, then lost, then won, then drew, and then this series. Okay. This is New Zealand. This is just. I don't know why this shows only 2 matches. This has to be okay. This is the second page. Yeah, I think we can review more matches in future. Let's see if time permits or if I can maintain this consistency. But I think this will be now. It's getting quite late, and I'm also losing quite energy. Also because like when you don't have any comments or any interactions, it's difficult to continue speaking. So yeah. Thank you, but